Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you watching. And the sponsor of today's video is Shall Not Comply. Our new Sons of Liberty t-shirts are back in stock. I want to first off thank you for purchasing these shirts at a rapid rate so that they sell out the same day they're stocked. I want to also let everybody know, everybody who had asked about hoodies, I put the pressure on the folks at Shall Not Comply, and they have made a limited number of hoodies. So if you want them, grab them. This is a trial run. If they don't sell good, we won't have more hoodies. So if you wanted one, now's the time to grab one. Link is down below. Thank you so much to Shall Not Comply for making these shirts and supporting Guns and Gadgets. I'll have a link down below and in the pinned comment. If you want to grab them, they're not going to last long. They'll probably sell out today. So grab them while you can, and thank you for supporting Guns and Gadgets. All right, so we have a lot of stuff going on around the country, and I've noticed a trend the last week to 2 weeks, and it's starting to gain steam, and it is Everytown for Gun Safety's new direction, their new focus on gun control, and what their next checklist agenda item is. And this is something serious that we need to pay attention to. For groups like Everytown, this is troubling times for them, with the Supreme Court about to make a decision in the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association case that could crumble the pillars of gun control that most states have relied upon, and with the new focus where real solid statistics of just how often firearms are used for self-defense situations, it dwarfs the amount of times that guns are used to take lives. With new focus on that in our world, and the fact that within the last year and a half to 2 years, there have been 5 to 8 million new gun owners, and a large percentage of those have been women or African Americans. This has groups like Everytown running scared. Like this is their worst case scenario. And we have proof. Everytown for Gun Safety is now hiring for an unconstitutional law fellow. I did a video on that floating above. Everytown for Gun Safety, Michael Bloomberg, the anti-gun billionaire, his groups, Everytown and Moms Demand Action, they're running scared right now. And you take into consideration that if you turn on any channel or any social media platform, you're seeing firsthand in live time, in real time, the value of an armed populace in pushing back tyranny. I'm talking about Ukraine. It is proving beyond reasonable doubt, without a shadow of a doubt, the value of an armed citizenry. So like I said, Everytown, Moms Demand, Brady, the groups, they're going crazy right now. This is their worst case scenario, and it's great. It's a great time right now. But we have to look at their new focus. So their new focus is based off of a recent study that was released by a couple Oxford professors, Britain. So Everytown is using a study by some Brits saying that stand your ground laws here in America, there are 29 states that have some version of stand your ground. They're saying that those laws have contributed to an 8 to 11% increase in homicides in America. Now, I've read this study, and it was painstakingly, mind-numbingly boring. But one thing to say that the study cannot pinpoint anything related to stand your ground. They're saying that it's probably loosely related to it. Nowhere in the study did it say that violent crime in this country and homicides in some parts of the country is up 400%. And why? Because of things like burn the country down in order to influence the upcoming elections, go soft on crime, catch and release programs, dropping bail programs. And these are all, every single one of these are Democrat policies. They don't say that. So the Democrats and their decisions, which were meant to have this result because they thought they could influence the next election, their decisions have caused civil unrest in some areas, violent crime through the roof, and now that the truth's out there, they got to figure out ways to poke holes in it because a lot of us know the truth, and a lot of people are taking their own safety paramount, which Everytown never really thought would be an outcome. Now, I did a video on the real statistics of self-defense usages for firearms. That video is linked above. Please watch that. But needless to say, even though that this study couldn't pinpoint a reason why numbers were up, that just alone, it should have been tossed because it is what it is. I mean, it's just a guess, an assumption. but Everytown has latched onto that, and they're calling these stand your ground laws, which are known nationwide as a self-defense law, which allows you to stay where you are and defend yourself instead of having to flee and run away like some of the other states require. And stand your ground laws also have caveats in there where it forces the municipality, it forces the state to prove beyond that you are guilty. It doesn't force you to prove your innocence like some, flee laws are. Like if you're forced to retreat, you have to prove that like I did everything possible before I had to do what I had to do to defend myself or others. Stand your ground laws, it's no, you're defending yourself, and it's on the state to prove that you weren't. And it's a very, very hard hurdle for district attorneys to overcome, which is why Everytown for Gun Safety wants to attack these. And then one way they're doing it is a game with words. Stand your ground, we know, is a self-defense law. They're changing it. The new campaign, as you see on the screen here, is to call them shoot first laws. They want to make it sound like it's a vigilante style law where it allows you to just mow people down. Not actually what you're really doing is defending yourself, because these violent criminals are attacking you and putting you in harm's way. I said 29 states currently have some version of these dangerous shoot first laws on the books. The good news, we're fighting to end shoot first. And it says shoot first laws are also racist. Well, newsflash, y'all. Since the whole world wants to call everything racist, criminals, it's not a race. It's just a bunch of people from different walks of life, but they're criminals. It's not a race. It's just a bunch of people who don't value law, don't regard law, and don't value your life when they put you at risk. That it's not a racist law. But they continue, in states with these laws, homicides in which white shooters kill black victims are deemed justifiable 5 times more frequently than when the situation is reversed. Now, you have to go through each case on a case-by-case basis. It doesn't matter the color of the shooter or the attacker. If the person who defended themselves, I don't care if they're purple, green, or if they're a camel, if they're being attacked and their life or somebody else's life is at risk, they defend themselves. It has nothing to do with racism. Zero. But that's what Everytown is doing now. They're losing their grip on everything else. So what does every Democrat-controlled group do? They always return to what? Racism. So I wanted to put this out on your radar screens. I need you guys to spread this, because this is the new wave by Everytown and Mom's Demand. And you'll probably see it from the other groups as well. Because, like I said, the Supreme Court is about to shatter the state's abilities to add an additional hurdle or a proper cause requirement for people to get a concealed carry permit to protect themselves. Well, if we can't stop them from getting the tools, maybe we can make it much harder in court for them to prove that they were defending themselves. And that's the exact reason. This is what the mission is for going after these stand your ground laws. With that said, thank you guys and gals for your support. Please subscribe to the channel down below if you haven't already. There's a large percentage of viewers who don't subscribe. If you could just subscribe to help the channel. My goal for the year is to hit 500,000 subscribers now that YouTube has released the embargo on the channel. And I can't do it without y'all, so thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. And a gun on your hip is more effective than a cop on the phone. And if you want a new Sons of Liberty shirt, you're going to have to act quick. Link is down below and in the pinned comment. Y'all have a fantastic Saturday. Take care.